Harold was born in San Luis, went through the San Luis Obispo school systems, went to San Luis High, and then went to Cal Berkeley. So education is paramount for him, and being an environmentalist and education, I felt that the best way to direct his funds were toward young people, to create stewards when they were young so that they could develop into environmentalists or just know how to respect outdoors. It's my job to take what Harold gave me, all of these tools and all of these desires that he had, and to help finance them and to gather people together to implement them. He was very passionate about dogs. He loved dogs. So I've had the pleasure of funding some different projects related to dogs. The favorite program that I have is that we sponsor the Dignity Health pet therapy program at French Hospital. It's amazing when you see a dog come into a hospital room, how the patient reacts. You know, dogs are undeniably give them love, and they just raises their whole spirits. So I think that's probably one of my favorite programs, is the pet therapy program at Dignity Health.
Miossi has been a critical part for a couple aspects of our program. One being our Mutts for the Bay program, which addresses actions that help prevent pollution entering our bay through dog waste. That program would be impossible without Miossi funds. The Morro Bay National Estuary Program is one of 28 national estuary programs funded by the Clean Water Act. And so some of the issues that we address are things like sedimentation, the estuary filling up with sediment, changes in water quality, and also protecting critical habitat for species that live here. Another aspect of our program that's supported by Miossi is our bioassessment monitoring. This program is also really critical, and it takes more of the science and monitoring approach and fills a gigantic data gap in our creeks and estuary. It's a really big indicator to help us inform action moving forward.
My name is Kristen Hoover, and I'm the Executive Director of the Foundation for the Performing Arts Center. The schools have a tough time keeping up with the arts education because it's often the first thing to be cut from budgets, and the arts really impacts the growth and development of children. And it just opens their eyes to new experiences that they might not otherwise receive. So thanks to the Miossi Trust, we have been able to bring thousands and thousands of students here for probably their first performance in the Performing Arts Center, which extends beyond to their families, to their friends, to their larger communities, and hopefully welcomes them into this hall, letting them know it's for them. It's for their parents, it's for their grandparents, it's for their children. This is a place for our whole community, and we want to continue to support that year after year, and the Miossi Trust is making that possible.
Great Adventure is a wonderful program. We hold it twice a year, and we take up the entire fairgrounds in Paso Robles. And we have 45 professional agricultural volunteers that come in and give presentations on their expertise. They start with a livestock, then they have plants, science, and farm machinery, and then they have an activity. So when they come to our field day, and they spend a half a day, and they kind of get lit up by agriculture, and we have such a huge population anymore, and a very small part of that population feeds us. We have to take care of Mother Earth, and I think we have to work with our conservationists, the agriculturalists, and the ranchers. They work together. I mean, it's just going to be a win-win for everybody, because we only get one chance with this earth.
My name is Leanne Standish, and I'm the Executive Director of the San Luis Obispo Museum of Art. The museum was in a pretty serious pickle. You know, when you paint one room, the next room really starts to look a little dodgy. Howard and I stood in that room right before we were ready to open, and he said, we have to finish this. We have to do it all the way. We have to do it right. So we were able to remove the asbestos ceiling that had been there since the 60s. It was just transformative. It allowed the gallery to truly look like a gallery. We were finally able to paint the ceilings and install proper lighting. You know, you really feel lifted up, like we succeeded in doing this thing, and he wants to now encourage you to figure out the next. And the Miossi Trust is a partner with the organizations that they support.
So this building that we're in right now, the Harold J. Miossi Performing Arts Center, was needing an infusion. We were trying to revive the arts program here at Cuesta College. Howard came back with a large gift to create an endowment. That's a huge impact. That's lifelong. That goes on for generations. I knew Harold as a member of our foundation board of directors. My first impression of him was he was really a curmudgeon. And I found out what a soft heart he had. His caring nature just popped out when he was talking about things that he loved. He was passionate about life. He was passionate about the college and the success of our students.
The Harold J. Miossi Charitable Trust and Howard Carroll, the trustee, have been integral to our ability to pursue this purpose of bringing conservation science education to the Central Coast. And it was Harold's passion to make sure that students in the San Luis Obispo community understood the importance of environmental science. Howard has actually created the platform for us to become a deeper part of how the San Luis Obispo region equips its students to become what I call functional eco-stewards. If we're going to do all this cool conservation work in the watersheds and in the coastal marine ecosystems, we have to be sure that the future generations of San Luis Obispo residents know why that's important and know what they can do about it.
The Miossi Trust was our lead partner to bring this work online. And with that investment, we were able to put a state-of-the-art innovation lab in each of our 10 elementary schools. We brought forward an idea to Howard for the I Innovate initiative, which will, for the first time in our district and actually in our region, give all kids the opportunity to experience and experiment with different skills that will prepare them for the jobs of the future.
There's a window of opportunity to do extraordinarily important work for the next generation of thinkers and citizens. It's right before us. I see it clear as day. The leadership of the Miossi Trust, the leadership of our foundation, the leadership of our school board, those are all critical factors in us being able to do this work. It couldn't have happened without the Miossi Trust, the partnership. When you partner, authentically partner with another outside group, whether it's a foundation or the Miossi group, I think that culture needs to be encouraged. Hopefully we're going to produce among our population of students over time socially conscious learners and citizens.
I think about Harold all the time while we're doing this, and I sit and I hope that he is proud. I hope that we are doing his legacy justice. I hope that we're working across the schools that he attended in a way that would have been deeply meaningful to him. So yeah, it's a real privilege to do this.
Success is always judged on outcome, and outcome cannot exist without leadership. Providing funds to have projects move forward is necessary, but without leadership, projects won't move. We've invested over $16,300,000, and 99% of the money has been invested in San Luis Obispo or the immediate surrounding areas. And we're not finished.